Have you ever felt lost in the world, unsure of your place and purpose? It's a reflection of what many people have grappled with throughout history, especially those seeking knowledge and personal growth. What if I told you that there's a simple yet profound lesson that, when truly understood and embraced, could transform your life? This isn't just about achieving wealth or success, it's about finding happiness and fulfillment. Imagine holding a tool so powerful that it can change everything about your life, a true game changer. But like using dynamite, it's crucial to understand its power and potential. Misusing it could lead to destruction, while using it wisely can lead to incredible growth. History shows us that those who abuse such power often face dire consequences. Think about it. We've all heard stories of brilliant inventions taken too far or dreams turned nightmares because they lacked responsibility. It's important to approach this with a mindset that blends practicality with an open heart. As you dive into the insights I'll share, check in with yourself. Do the ideas resonate? Do they feel right to you? Some of you might lean more towards the spiritual side of things, while others might cling to scientific facts. Or maybe you see this as just a handy set of tools to help you get ahead. Whatever your perspective, know that truth is universal, and it's available to those who are willing to open their minds and hearts. I owe a debt of gratitude to an old friend of mine, an expert in X-ray and high-frequency electrical equipment. When I was just a kid dabbling with electricity, he handed me what he called the first piece of powerful TNT, a metaphor for a spark of insight or idea that I didn't fully understand at the time. It's remarkable how these pieces of TNT can be carried with us throughout our lives, waiting for the right moment to explode with potential. It took me nearly 30 years to fully grasp the significance of what I had, but all that time, I was searching for my own key to success. You too might be carrying your own metaphorical piece of TNT in your pocket right now. It's there for the taking, and if handled with care, it can help dismantle obstacles and pave the way to the life you've always envisioned. I spent many years working in journalism, often in the background, interviewing iconic figures and studying what made them exceptional. I wanted to uncover their secrets, yet those special qualities often eluded me. And then life threw a curveball, war and chaos around me, and I sat back asking why some thrived while I felt stuck in my own pursuits. It's a common realization. We may not always see our own path clearly while others blaze ahead. So as you reflect on your journey, remember, discover your own key, embrace it, and use it wisely. In doing so, you may just find the success and happiness that have long been waiting for you. During difficult times, I discovered that I could endure quite a bit, sleeping in muddy conditions, eating stale bread, and still managing to find humor in it all. I liken this experience to having my own toolkit, which I'll refer to as TNT, to confront my biggest fears. What I learned during the war was invaluable, and I believe it can help you too. For a long time, I searched for success through various books about wealth, hoping to uncover the secret to financial abundance. I pored over countless titles focused on psychology and philosophy, yet they didn't provide the answers I was searching for. I even joined secretive social groups, thinking I might stumble upon some hidden wisdom. However, the truth was always within reach, right under my nose. It was more straightforward than I realized. The key to overcoming my obstacles was not buried in complicated theories. It was something much simpler. Sometimes, it's crucial to look between the lines and understand what holds you back. I did my best to convey that knowledge, and now it's your turn to seek it. After the war, my journey took me into the world of investment banking, where I collaborated with a group operating along the coast. Like many aspiring entrepreneurs, I had dreams of creating a prosperous future. Unfortunately, I soon discovered that the ambitions I built were resting on unstable foundations. The financial crisis that struck shook everything to its core and led to the collapse of those dreams. My so-called air castles crumbled away. As the leader of a company during this chaotic time, with the world's economy shifting dramatically, my responsibilities multiplied. The pressure was immense, and the harshness of the reality around me made it even harder to cope. Many people were distressed, often unable to sleep at night, burdened by the weight of uncertainty. I dreaded going into work each day, fearing it would bring even more challenges. The struggles intensified week after week, leaving me feeling lost and overwhelmed. There were countless moments when I contemplated leaving it all behind. Then, in the last days of June 1931, I made the tough decision to step away. When I shared my thoughts with a woman I had been seeing for years, her knowing smile reassured me that she understood my struggle. I will always be grateful to her for steering me back on the right path. In those trying times, the weight of leadership felt heavier than ever. I realized many didn't grasp the depths of the crisis affecting our businesses, leading to frustration and stress. The journey wasn't easy, but it taught me invaluable lessons about perseverance and resilience. I thought each day would bring more challenges, and I felt like things kept getting worse over the next few weeks. It left me wondering what was going on. There were many moments when I considered walking away from my business. Finally, in the last days of June 1931, I made the tough decision to leave. When I shared my decision with one of the women I had been close to for years, she smiled knowingly. I can't express how grateful I am to her for helping me find my way back. There's a saying by a wise person, "We are all born with an innate understanding of right and wrong." However, some of us need to collide headfirst with a wall before we truly grasp life's lessons. I hit that wall hard, and believe it or not, it turned out to be one of the best things that ever happened to me. After my shift, many of my friends noticed the positive change in me and wanted to know what had occurred. I confided in a few close ones because I knew it would be beneficial for them too. This knowledge was powerful. It had already helped countless individuals, businesses, and groups since I stumbled upon it. I've had the privilege of teaching and sharing these ideas both in person and over the radio, reaching thousands more. I'm thrilled to report that everyone who's embraced these principles has experienced remarkable results. At one point, the atmosphere in our organization was incredibly gloomy. Everyone felt low and apprehensive, especially given the critical tasks we faced. It was essential for me to uplift my colleagues. At first, I wasn't sure how to support them, but then I turned inward and listened to that little voice within. It encouraged me to reach out and remind everyone of what's right. I told myself that I could prove I was right. For the next week, I dedicated all my waking hours to revisiting the books I had studied over the years. Naturally, I started with the Bible, then moved on to texts on yogi philosophy, ancient Greek and Roman thought, and the teachings of modern mentors. Reflecting on Marcus Aurelius's exercises reignited my passion, leading me back to Hayden Rochester's insightful work, Hudson's Law of Psychic Phenomena. This remarkable book conveyed profound ideas. I even revisited concepts from physics, focusing on electricity and light waves. As I explored the power of showmanship, I began to uncover an unexpected truth. Not only was I right in my assumptions, but the fundamental ideas I had encountered were all interconnected. Diving deeper into psychology, I noticed a recurring theme, one that spurred me to rename my approach. Sure, let's dive into this concept of being a headliner, someone who stands out in a crowd and captures attention. I've always believed that those individuals, whether they're men or women, have a unique power that allows them to rise above the ordinary. Think about it. They toss aside their humble facades and emerge boldly in the spotlight. You might be wondering why some people seem naturally gifted at this. Well, it isn't always about being in the limelight for attention's sake. Some individuals are quite shy and reserved, yet they have an unmistakable charm or charisma that draws others to them. You might have met someone who has a magnetic smile that just lights up the room, or someone whose serious demeanor commands respect and focus. People express their individuality in countless ways. Take a moment to picture someone strutting in a vibrant red necktie, or an artist with perfectly coiffed sideburns and a striking mustache that makes you do a double take. It's all about finding your unique flair, what sets you apart in this vast tapestry of society. There's a wide array of fields where talent shines through: business, government, the arts, and even the sciences. Let's look at some historical figures who made their mark and captured the world's attention. Have you heard of Benjamin Franklin or Alexander Hamilton? They're just a couple of names among many, like Mahatma Gandhi and Winston Churchill, who were born around the same period as Joan of Arc. Each of these individuals tore down the walls of the mundane and claimed their space as headliners. Take Gandhi, for example. He often wore simple clothing, sometimes just a loincloth, while advocating for India's independence. It might seem odd at first, but he did it intentionally, attracting attention to his cause and sparking conversations that needed to happen. His choice of clothing said more than words could express. In today's fast-paced world, you too can draw inspiration from his example. Ultimately, we have to recognize that true brilliance doesn't hide itself. You don't put a lamp under a basket, instead you let it shine. The individuals who choose to step into the limelight often take on the responsibility of sharing profound truths that can uplift and inspire others. But keep in mind, not everyone who grabs the spotlight uses that power for good. There are those who can misdirect their influence, causing harm. It's important to be aware of the choices we make and how we can use our own unique power for positive change. What legacy will you create as you discover your own niche in this world? Life often reflects what we put into it. If we approach our days with positivity, work earnestly, and engage in good deeds, we can expect similar rewards. Think of it like gardening. Whatever seeds we plant in the soil of our lives, those are the fruits we'll eventually harvest. Today, it's said that the era of explosive reactions is behind us, and instead we're encouraged to read the signs and take care. A truly remarkable individual has a clear goal, possesses a fair self-assessment, and regularly takes time for self-reflection. This person follows the principles they believe are right, regardless of the opinions of others. This idea was eloquently shared by Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who taught us about personal integrity and reflection. Millions of people are on a quest for health, wealth, happiness, and solutions to their challenges. Throughout history, many have discovered the secrets to achieving their dreams, and I believe you can tap into that power as well. Let's talk about the power of faith in reaching your goals. Reflect on these questions. What do you truly need? Where do you envision yourself going? There's a classic tale about two friends lounging in a ditch in Mississippi. One friend turns to the other and dreams aloud, "Gee, I wish I had 1,000,000 watermelons." The other friend, Ralph, stretches and responds with a cheeky challenge. "If you had 1,000,000 watermelons, would you share any with me?" No matter how many times Sam asks Ralph to give him just a tiny piece, Ralph stubbornly refuses. The humor in this story shows us that sometimes people might dream big, but hesitate to share or support others along the way. It's true, some people may scoff at such dreams and dismiss them. But remember, those who mock often don't finish anything themselves. Just feel a bit sorry for those who mock. You'll find that they only serve as hurdles in your path. Instead of letting them hold you back, focus on your forward momentum. It's common to roll your eyes at dreamers, but if you're genuinely interested in improvement, you have the power to learn, grow, and make progress. Consider this. The most intelligent individuals often wish to advance in life, but they may feel a disconnect because of their doubts. One saying I hold dear is, "If you believe it, it's true." This concept isn't just a personal philosophy, it's a core lesson from many prominent thinkers. Great teachers throughout time, including Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad, and Jesus, have shared similar wisdom. This idea of belief resonates across various cultures and faiths, emphasizing its universal significance. Creeds and beliefs can be boiled down to a simple idea. If you believe it, then it's true for you. This concept echoes the words from the Bible. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Essentially, it all centers around one powerful word, faith. These days, we often hear people lament that the era of wonders is over. But interestingly, I've never heard a true thinker, a student, or a dreamer voice such a sentiment. It seems we've forgotten about the age-old tales of magic, Aladdin and his lamp, the magic wand, or the enchanted carpet. When I speak of miracles, I'm talking about remarkable things that can happen if you have faith. It's about believing in yourself and in those around you. There's a greater power at play, something that influences our fate. If you cultivate faith and push aside doubts, there's virtually nothing that can stand in your way of achieving your desires. We often find ourselves overthinking and allowing negativity to take over. Our thoughts can manifest as doubts, leading us to say things like, "It can't be done," or what if I fail? These fears can cloud our judgment. If you haven't expressed these doubts, chances are someone else has planted those ideas in your mind. This tendency to make excuses isn't new. It's a common theme woven throughout many teachings, including those found in the Bible. Throughout history, influential figures from various walks of life, think of Moses, Alexander the Great, and even modern visionaries like Edison and Lincoln, have harnessed this secret. They understood the incredible power of faith. Religious leaders, gurus, and healers from all eras have embraced this concept, each in their unique way. They recognized that they, too, were just ordinary individuals who achieved extraordinary things. What drove so many remarkable people, from Mussolini to the evangelists Gypsy Smith and Billy Sunday? It was faith, the unwavering belief that change is possible. At the core of all major belief systems lies this simple truth. One person with faith can ignite something significant. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Your faith can spark change in the world around you. So take a moment to reflect on the power of your beliefs and remember that you hold the key to unlocking your dreams. Every great idea has a story behind it. They often start with a vision, a big plan that someone holds on to tightly. This is where belief comes into play. Believing in yourself and your ideas is crucial. Great salespeople, for example, understand this principle exceptionally well. They harness the power of belief, and that's why they excel in their field. Everything good in the world stems from someone's faith, and that faith can be echoed from one person to another, time and again. Take a moment to really think about that. Reflect on how our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality. It's fascinating to consider that many people can feel a twinge of envy towards someone who seems to be thriving. Ever wonder why? The truth is, positive outcomes arise from within us. Envy doesn't serve us. Instead, we each have the potential to achieve our dreams if we follow the right path. Think about your own attitude as you age. If you genuinely believe you can reach your goals, you likely will. Believing in yourself, backed by willpower and confidence, is essential, day in and day out, all year long. If you commit to this mindset, you'll find that you can leave behind those who doubt you as rapidly as electricity travels through the air. Now let's dive into the concept of planned marketing. It's simply a strategy designed to instill belief. History offers us plenty of examples, especially during times of conflict. When you look around today, it's clear that this principle still applies across all aspects of life, just as it has for thousands of years. As you read the news or listen to leaders and top executives speak, recognize that their words are crafted to inspire belief in us. They know how to influence and motivate. It can be a lot to absorb, so don't hesitate to take a break and relax. There's a voice within us that drives our motivations. Mahatma Gandhi, when he arrived in England to address India's issues, mentioned that inner voice. Some may refer to it as an innate force or something magical. Others might call it the subconscious mind, instinct, or universal thought. Spiritualists may even label it as a divine message. Whatever title you give it, this inner voice consistently guides us, and I'm here to help you tap into it. When something is repeated, it has a powerful effect. Think about how messages resonate when they echo in our minds. This is just the beginning of understanding the strength that lies within belief. Imagine you're watching someone use a gas knife to cut through steel or break apart thick concrete. When that tool hits the surface, the enormous force behind it shatters and creates a dent or hole. This concept can be applied to how we process information in our own lives. You might have heard of the old method of torture, where water is dripped on a person's face repeatedly. That sound, drop, 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 drives a person to the edge. It's relentless, much like how repetition works in our lives. Consider Kipling's boots. They serve as a metaphor for how certain sounds can stick in our minds. We don't just hear things passively. Our brains are wired to remember patterns and sounds. This is where the power of repetition comes into play. Think about your own experiences. Every time you learned something new, it was likely through repetition. Whether it's the multiplication tables in school or reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, repeating information helps cement it in our minds. Similarly, beliefs, whether religious or scientific, are reinforced through continuous expression and affirmation. Have you ever been in a conversation where you keep mentioning a particular thought or idea? That's because our conscious minds can connect with our subconscious, the part of our mind that holds our emotions and instincts. When we repeat something enough, it not only creates a clearer picture in our minds, but also taps into an amazing reservoir of power we possess. Think about how powerful suggestions can be. If someone tells you repeatedly that you look unwell, over time, you might find yourself actually feeling sick. It's a strange psychological phenomenon. As a journalist, I've been in rooms where detectives conduct intense interrogations. They ask the same questions over and over again until the sweat beads on the suspect's forehead. This repetitive questioning can lead to confessions, wielding the undeniable influence of suggestion. Smart lawyers and defense attorneys understand this psychological blueprint. They appeal to the emotions of the jury by emphasizing certain points repeatedly, rather than just sticking to logical arguments. By using strategically chosen words and varied approaches, they create a resonance that sticks with their audience. So the next time you hear or see something repeated, pay attention. You might just find it resonates more deeply than you thought, shaping your beliefs and feelings in subtle ways. Let's talk about a powerful idea: repetition. This concept can really help us understand why certain groups of people tend to excel in business. When families come together, their conversations often revolve around their financial challenges and successes. They keep money-making at the forefront of their minds, and they support one another without letting anyone forget about their goals. Think of it like a well-oiled machine. Everyone knows their role and pushes forward together. You may have heard the saying, "Necessity is the mother of invention." This rings true for all of us. Just imagine a man who is drowning. He'll reach for anything, even a straw, to stay afloat. Or think of someone who hasn't eaten all day. When food is finally in front of them, they'll grab it without hesitation. These instincts play a significant role in how we respond to challenges. We've all faced tough moments in our lives, and those times often reveal what we genuinely rely on. Have you ever felt that inner voice urging you to take action? If you've been in a challenging situation, you know you can make things happen when you set your mind to it. But here's the catch. Many of us struggle with defining what we truly want. We might think we know our desires, but often we lack clarity. Imagine if we could keep our dreams and aspirations front and center in our minds, letting go of fears and doubts. If we could silence those what-ifs, think about how much more we could achieve. Here's a thought. If everyone was crystal clear about their goals, they would almost certainly reach them, provided they had the determination to chase after them. So where do you envision yourself going? By honing in on your aspirations, you unlock the energy you need to begin your journey. Repeat this mantra to yourself: I will, I will, I will. Trust in it and watch as your willpower begins to grow. This newfound strength, in conjunction with other principles we'll discuss, can completely transform your path to success. Now, if you're content with your current situation, you might as well stop reading. But if you're eager to make changes, regardless of your role, whether you're in sales, management, writing, or any other profession, your desire to improve can drive you forward. It doesn't matter if you're seeking money, love, status, or a profession like law or medicine. This approach can help you achieve anything from a new wardrobe to your dream home. The foundation is laid, so think about what you truly want. Visualize it clearly. Detail the specific outcomes you seek, whether that's boosting your sales, attracting a partner, or simply acquiring something special for yourself. This approach provides a roadmap to turn your dreams into reality. Imagine being able to turn your dreams into reality. You can, as long as your desires are positive and morally right. Just like a skilled gardener who knows how to nurture their plants, you can cultivate the life you want without having your dreams uprooted. Let's travel back to ancient China, around 600 BC, where a mystic named Lao understood the power of clear intention and visualization. The first step is to create a vivid picture in your mind of what you truly want. Once you have that image, it's time to activate the tap-tap method. By repeatedly visualizing this image, you awaken that inner voice that guides you on how to achieve your goals. When that voice speaks, don't hesitate. Take action. As you begin to pursue your dreams, You may find obstacles fading away, making your path clearer. To keep your dreams front and center, use the idea of taps. Always have visual reminders around you. A simple yet effective way to do this is by creating small cards about the size of a business card with images or words that represent your dreams. Carry these cards with you and make a habit of looking at them often. The more you visualize your goals, the stronger your connection to them becomes. For instance, consider placing a card above your bathroom mirror. This way, you'll see it every morning while brushing your teeth or shaving. This little reminder will keep your aspirations in sight as you begin each day. You can also keep another card handy during meals, or use it as a bedtime prompt to reinforce those images right before sleep. The key is to keep tapping into these dreams daily. Now, simply writing down your dreams isn't enough. You need to ensure you hold on to every detail until they manifest. Remember, repetition of the same thoughts cultivates positivity. This is where you'll realize why thoughts are always directed toward a target. Think about it. What do inventions like the electric light, the sewing machine, radio, computer, ship, train, and car all have in common? They all began as ideas in someone's mind. Everything that isn't naturally occurring is the result of thought and long-term vision. Powerful thoughts are like magnetic forces that attract reality to them. However, a mere fleeting thought is like a cork bobbing aimlessly on the water, without direction or intention. In contrast, if you hold on to the picture of what you want, it can draw opportunities and resources to you as if by magic. So embrace this process, keep visualizing, and watch as your dreams begin to take shape in the world around you. The power of a magnet increases with its size and strength, and the same principle applies to long-term thinking. As your vision for your future becomes stronger and clearer, it attracts more opportunities and resources to help you achieve your goals. Think of it like a large magnifying glass focused on one spot. It can create a burn mark on the ground if you hold it there long enough. In a similar way, sustained positive thoughts and a vivid mental image of your goals can have a lasting impact. To make your goals feel more real, take a moment to visualize them in detail. Picture every aspect of what you desire, as if it were already in your life. When you do this, it's almost as if the universe responds, aligning everything to help you succeed. It's important to revisit this visualization regularly until it becomes a part of your daily mindset. One useful technique is to look in the mirror often. As you gaze into your own eyes, try to ignite a sense of excitement and determination within yourself that can replace any doubts you may have. Reflect on who you are and where you want to go. With practice, you should start seeing that clear mental image of what you truly want. Your daydreams can become reality. Once you understand how this process works on a psychological level, it will become clear why so many successful individuals have harnessed the power of self-reflection. Capture those images of your goals and don't let them slip away. Hold on to them tightly, almost as if you're using a steel band to secure them in your mind. Remember to embrace every opportunity that luck presents. Many people gamble with their ambitions, but the key is to know how to manage the chances life gives you. Like Ralph Waldo Emerson emphasized in Self-Reliance, it's essential to assert your individuality and pursue your own path with confidence. Writing down your goals and checking in with yourself in the mirror each day can be incredibly beneficial. Soon enough, you won't even need physical reminders. Your subconscious will guide you effortlessly. The key is repetition. Engage with your goals day in and day out. Don't hesitate to dream big. As I mentioned before, you truly can have everything you desire, but it requires practice and diligence. Stop merely hoping for change and start taking action. Remember, thoughts in your mind lead to actions in your life. King Solomon pointed out nearly 3,000 years ago that where there is a vision, there is promise. So harness the power of your thoughts and watch what unfolds. Without vision, the people perish. It's important not to lose sight of your goals and aspirations. This idea isn't new. It's been around since ancient times. Today, I want to share some simple messages and tips that anyone can use to help clarify their vision. You know how we often say that the proof is in the pudding? Well, in this case, if you're unsure whether what I'm saying holds true, try it out for yourself. Just like how new shoes can boost your confidence, when you sharpen your focus, you'll start to see your dreams take shape. It's as if a magical hand is guiding the bricks of your life into place. Let's talk about prayer for a moment. It's a powerful way to express our deepest desires. Think about what you truly want in life. When you pray, approach it with the belief that what you desire is already on its way to you. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's about understanding how our desires shape our reality. Big dreams and ambitions can shift the course of our lives significantly. Throughout history, changes in economies and societies have often stemmed from people's strong desires to improve their circumstances. But to make those dreams a reality, we need to have faith. Without belief, our hopes and prayers become mere words tossed into the wind. There's a saying that if we can believe, all things are possible. We've also seen that when we consistently repeat thoughts, they can transform into beliefs that guide our actions. Your next step is to harness this power. Now let's dive into the concept of universal thinking. This is the idea that there's a deeper part of us, often called the psyche, that's connected to everything around us. Going with the flow of life is typically easier than pushing against it. To truly harness this energy, align your thoughts with those of others and the world at large. You should begin to breathe in sync with this natural flow, not just in terms of air, but also in how you align your mind with your surroundings. It's all about tuning into the rhythm of life. The wisdom of ancient philosophers echoes this. They taught us that life has a flow and a purpose. If you take a moment to reflect, you'll find that the truths I'm sharing are ones that many might have overlooked. Consider the profound law of compensation, which ensures balance in life, giving and receiving. Once you grasp this power, don't be taken aback by the surprises it brings. When you apply this understanding, you'll find yourself capable of achieving what you once thought was impossible. Miracles will happen. Just believe in yourself and stay open to the possibilities. Just as night inevitably follows day, remarkable outcomes will surely follow your efforts. Ideas for achieving your goals will often surface from the most unlikely places. If you remain attentive, you might find inspiration striking you at unexpected moments. However, it's crucial to act on those ideas. Some people may brush off your accomplishments as mere luck or coincidence. Don't let their skepticism sway you. They are often the doubters or non-believers, and their mindset shouldn't deter your confidence. It's essential to recognize that the results you achieve spring from your hard work, combined with a little something we can't always see. Let's call it the power of intention. When you harness this energy, you set off vibrations among unseen forces that align with your desires. This is why it's wise to keep your dreams close to your chest. Don't share your deepest ambitions with others, not even your closest friends or family. When someone learns what you are pursuing, their envy or negativity might unintentionally create obstacles in your path. If you encounter setbacks, don't be discouraged. Just think of them as hurdles you can climb over or navigate around. Keep focused on your goals and move forward with purpose. Remember, your present circumstances are a direct reflection of your thoughts. If you're not happy with where you are today, consider where your mindset is leading you. You hold the reins of your future. You are the sole architect of the life you want to build. The only limits that exist are the ones you impose on yourself. It might take time to achieve some of your aspirations, and that's okay. Great things often require patience. Just think about how long it took to build the city of Rome. Maintain your faith in your vision and continue to work towards it, and soon, many opportunities will present themselves. I truly believe that everything is relative to our thoughts. For instance, if someone can make $1, it's entirely possible for them to earn $10 too. The only difference lies in the effort they are ready to commit. This principle applies as you scale your financial gains from $100 to $1,000 and beyond. There's no cap on what you can achieve. It's all about your determination and willingness to progress. So take a moment to look within yourself. That's where your true potential lies. Your dreams are waiting, and it's time to unlock them. Imagine a fountain of goodness, one that constantly bubbles up if you dare to dig deep enough. There's an old saying that warns us to be cautious with the power we hold. If we wield it carelessly, like a powerful boomerang, it can come back to harm us and those we cherish. That's why it's essential to use this power for good, to spread happiness for ourselves and others. When you do something kind for someone else, keep it to yourself. There's no need to brag or boast. Your actions will speak for themselves. Instead, express gratitude for your journey and the progress you're making. That alone is enough. Focus solely on doing good. Now let's talk about personality. What draws you to someone who just has that certain something? When you're in their presence, it's almost as if you can feel their energy, a kind of magnetic connection. This isn't some magical trait exclusive to a few. It's often a combination of dynamic energy and willpower tapped straight from the vast reservoir of our subconscious minds. Many people possess this personality, whether they realize it or not. Sometimes it's just part of who they are, and it radiates without them even trying. When personality is powered by strong will, it creates movement. It sparks action. Have you ever tried to sell something? Whether it's a book, a gadget, or even an idea, selling isn't all that different. It's vital to believe in what you're selling. I've learned that to effectively convey an idea, I had to embrace it fully, dream about it, think about it, and make it a part of my daily life. It's all about repetition. Once you know your product or concept inside and out, you can relay that enthusiasm to others. Staying informed about the world around you is crucial. You never know what might spark a conversation with a potential client or friend. Sometimes, breaking the ice on an unrelated topic can lead to meaningful discussions. That's why I encourage everyone to read newspapers and current magazines regularly. You don't have to deep dive into every detail. Just gather enough information to grasp what's happening in the world. The more knowledgeable you are, the better prepared you'll be to achieve your goals. Remember, knowledge is power, and it's a tool that can help you along your way. So keep learning, stay curious, and use what you find for good. There's a saying that goes, "To know others is clever, but to know yourself is enlightenment." This wisdom from the East highlights something important. The deeper our understanding of ourselves, the more opportunities we can create. By expanding our knowledge, we're not just enriching our minds, we're also broadening our horizons and our ambitions. When we aim for bigger things, our previous wants may start to seem small and insignificant. Think about it like this. When you set your sights high, you're essentially hitching your wagon to a star. Suddenly, progress comes at lightning speed. The key is to become more aware, observe the world around you, learn constantly, and stay engaged. When you take charge of your own growth, that energy and enthusiasm radiate to others. You might notice this in everyday life. For example, think about a coach who is truly passionate about their sport. Their excitement motivates the entire team, transforming individual players into a unified force. That's the essence of connection. The energy you exude impacts those around you. This brings us to the age-old law of attraction, which essentially states that like attracts like. Just as electric currents running parallel draw closer, when you embody positivity and ambition, you naturally attract those of the same mindset. However, if you're out of tune with the world or harbor negativity, you risk pushing people away. Imagine a band playing out of sync. Instead of creating harmony, you end up with chaos. Now here's a crucial point. Don't mistake this for magical thinking. Just wishing for something won't make it happen. You can't rely on mere daydreams. You need the wishbone supported by a solid backbone. This means you have to blend hope with action. Your mindset and efforts must work in sync to achieve your goals. Let's consider a person who exudes confidence. They walk into a room with their shoulders back, head held high, and eyes shining with determination. It's easy to spot someone who's engaged in life versus someone who is merely drifting along. You can tell a lot from a person's body language. Each movement tells a story about their mindset and personality. So take a moment to assess yourself. Look around at those you associate with. Can you see the distinction between those who are ambitious and those who seem resigned to mediocrity? Every little shift you make in your outlook creates ripples in your life, influencing not just yourself, but also inspiring others to rise alongside you. Remember, your journey towards success starts with self-awareness and the courage to take action. Your actions reflect your thoughts and emotions, And even your body language and facial expressions play a significant role in how others perceive you. Take a moment to study yourself in the mirror. What do you see? The reflection staring back at you is the very person others will encounter. Think about the impression you want to make on those around you. The choice is entirely yours. If you feel that your personality is lacking or undeveloped, make a commitment to change that. Embrace the determination to grow and improve, and soon enough, that passion will shine through in your eyes. You might have heard someone remark on another's penetrating gaze, as if they can see right through you. This compelling gaze comes from a fire within, a sense of purpose and intensity. Those with such a gaze often find that they achieve their goals, and that's not just a coincidence. Remember, they say the eyes are the windows to the soul. If you look at photographs of successful individuals, pay attention to their eyes. You'll see a common thread, a deep intensity that draws people in. Allow this intensity to manifest in how you move and carry yourself. It's not long before others will take notice of your presence, whether you are walking through a crowd or having a one-on-one conversation. To truly excel, you need to adopt a proactive mindset. The world rewards those who approach challenges with confidence and positivity. A negative outlook is a barrier to success and an obstacle to progress. Think about history. In ancient Sparta, only the strongest infants were nurtured. The weak were left behind. The same principle applies today. The negative mindset is equivalent to quitting. While there's no need to create unnecessary conflict, don't let yourself be put on the defensive. Being defensive often signals a lack of confidence. The key to thriving is to stay offensive, even when faced with challenges. If someone catches you off guard and puts you on the defensive, quickly regain your ground and take charge. Staying defensive leads to defeat. Of course, it's essential to maintain good health to cultivate such intensity and presence. I'm not claiming that sheer will can mend broken bones or cure serious ailments. However, a strong will combined with good health creates a powerful force that can lead you to success. We often hear stories about how our thoughts can shape our reality, and there's a lot of truth to that. Take, for example, the teachings of Dr. Émile Coué, a French physician who made waves in the United States a few years back. He had a straightforward idea. If you want to improve your health, repeat to yourself every day, "In every way, I'm getting better and better." Simple, right? But there's a deeper idea here worth exploring. Let's think about what he said for a moment. This isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a reminder of the power of positive thinking. The essence of Coué's philosophy isn't new. It's simply another lens through which to view the age-old truth that what we focus on shapes our lives. When we continually think about what we want, be it health, happiness, or success, we can slowly influence our subconscious to align with those desires. Now consider people we all know who seem to always be complaining about their aches and pains. You know the type. They can't stop talking about their headaches or backaches. The irony is that the more they focus on these discomforts, the worse they seem to feel. Instead of dwelling on their pain, it might serve them better to shift their attention elsewhere. Imagine if you have a nagging backache. Blabbing about it only feeds into the negative cycle. Instead, why not focus on something uplifting? Redirect your thoughts away from the pain. This can apply to worries and troubles too. If we avoid lending them our attention, they won't loom large in our minds. Remember, it's often our own repetition of negative thoughts that keeps them alive. Think of life like driving a car. When you encounter an obstacle, like a train crossing your path, you don't throw your car into reverse. You stop, take a breath, and wait until the coast is clear before moving forward again. Just like that, when faced with challenges, like fears, worries, or health problems, you should hit the brakes. Take a moment to pause and assess your situation before deciding how to move forward. Remember, the gears of your mindset can only be controlled by you. If you find yourself going backward, it's your thoughts that have put you in that position. Everything in your life, whether good or bad, can often be traced back to your mindset. Like Shakespeare famously said, "There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so." So, as you navigate life, recognize that you have the choice to shift from reverse to high gear. When you worry and fret, you're pulling yourself into a cycle that brings forth the very things you want to avoid. Think back to the story of Job from the Bible. He once said, "For the thing which I greatly feared has come upon me." By being mindful of what you think and speak about, you can choose to embrace positivity. Focus on what you truly desire: health, wealth, happiness, and success, and you might just find yourself steering in the right direction toward those dreams. Imagine a moment when your fears and worries manifest right before you. It's a bit like that feeling of dread when you're convinced something bad is about to happen, because what you focus on, you tend to attract. Just like you can draw in the good things in life by holding on to positive thoughts, you can also unintentionally invite negativity when you dwell on your fears. If you've made it this far, you've probably figured out a fundamental truth. Taking charge of your thoughts is crucial. Your thoughts, in turn, influence your life. So whether you're facing challenges like grief, health issues, financial struggles, or a desire for joy and success, remember that you alone have the power to shape your mindset. Now let's think about strategies that can guide you toward a more positive and successful life. Firstly, imagine building a strong barrier against negative thoughts, a mental steel wall that keeps worries and past troubles at bay. It's essential to leave behind what no longer serves you and shift into a mindset that propels you forward. For those running their own business or working in sales, it's particularly vital to harness this concept. When you hear others lament that business is tough or that times are hard, and you let those thoughts seep into your own mind, you set a trajectory for your business that can lead to failure. If you walk into a meeting with your head down, feeling defeated, you're likely to carry that energy into your conversations, which can further drag you down. Instead, focus on lifting yourself and your mindset. Surround yourself with positivity and talk about your goals with enthusiasm and conviction. Visualize the success you want to achieve. Picture your sales increasing and your business thriving. The more you can maintain this positive frequency, the more likely you are to notice real changes in your life. Remember, enthusiasm is infectious. When you radiate positivity and energy, it creates a powerful wave that influences everyone around you. As long as you keep that fire of passion burning bright, you will attract opportunities and success. So keep your thoughts aligned with your goals and watch as your efforts transform into tangible results. Enthusiasm has an incredible power. It can inspire others, lift them up, and even attract business. On the flip side, fear can pull people down and create a barrier against success. If you pause for a moment and reflect, you'll see that, despite the ups and downs of the economy, there's always business to be found, if you believe it exists and actively seek it out. However, if someone is convinced that no opportunities are out there and remains stagnant, they'll likely find nothing at all. Let's perform a little thought experiment. Consider how any shift, either positive or negative, in our global economy is closely linked to our mindset. When influential figures like world leaders, politicians, and business moguls let negative thoughts infiltrate their plans, those thoughts can resonate with the millions they affect. That spread of pessimism can halt business and economic activity. Now think about it. When these leaders adopt a more positive outlook, casting aside fear and instead embracing progress, the collective mindset of the masses shifts for the better, leading to improved economic conditions. The essence here is simple yet profound. Our thoughts shape our reality. People everywhere share the same basic emotions and experiences, whether in a bustling city or a quiet village. A community, a city, or even a nation is just a collection of individuals. The mindset of one influences the whole. Remember the saying, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." This rings true not just for individuals, but also for communities and nations. We're at a pivotal point in history, a time filled with both challenges and opportunities. There's a pressing need for courage and boldness, but we don't have to succumb to despair. There are paths to wealth and happiness that humanity has never before imagined. Although life can be sweet, we often sabotage it with fear, hatred, bickering, suspicion, and anger. We really don't have to continue this cycle. The truth is, we could have much better health and happiness if we just harnessed the power of our will. The writer H.G. Wells spoke about the boundless energy we all have at our disposal. This power is not only available, it's also incredibly easy to tap into. I completely agree with psychologists when they point out that a lot of people don't really think deeply. I hope this message gives you something to ponder. If you brush it off as nonsense, that might mean you haven't grasped how some of the most remarkable figures in history made their names and secured their spots in the Hall of Fame. Let's switch gears for a moment and dive into what makes real, successful people stand out. These are individuals who shape their own destinies rather than letting others define them. Remember, you can either move forward or backward in life. So why not choose to move forward? Take a moment to think about someone you see struggling. Maybe it's a person on the street who seems down and out. Their main problem could be a lack of positive thoughts. If they believe they're at rock bottom, they probably are. However, if they can shift their mindset, they can start climbing back up. All of us have the power to change our gears. We just need to realize it. You've probably heard that staying out of reverse is something we can control, and it really is just a matter of understanding how to do it. When you do, you'll find yourself cruising forward. Now let's talk about selling, a topic that touches everyone, not just professionals in sales. You see, you can't sell something if you don't believe it's good. That's really just common sense. So, if you're selling something, it's crucial to know every little detail about what you're offering. This knowledge is what builds a foundation for your success. It's about 99% of selling, with the remaining 1% being just getting out there and connecting with people. Think about it. Persuading others to see things your way isn't as complicated as it seems. Legendary businessman Charles M. Schwab once noted that while we often view salespeople as just those who travel around with samples, we are all salespeople in some way. Every interaction you have is an opportunity to share your thoughts, energy, and enthusiasm. This applies to every job, but it's particularly vital in sales because you need to engage with people and market yourself effectively. The days of simply taking orders are gone. Now, only those with a genuine drive to succeed will excel. The ones who thrive are often those who take the initiative, a bit like the expression, "the one who lays the most eggs survives." So, don't stress about just taking orders. The real art of closing a sale lies in getting the buyer to align with your perspective. Meeting someone face-to-face gives you the best chance at this. Being in the same room, having that direct interaction, makes all the difference. When it comes to making a sale, your reactions are crucial. There's a timeless principle of cause and effect at play. If you want to succeed, you need to adapt based on the circumstances you encounter. Remember, your subconscious mind is a treasure trove of inspiration and ideas. It's always ready to guide you in the right direction. Let's talk about how to connect with busy people. Imagine you're meeting someone important. How do you command the space when you're with them? First and foremost, stand tall and trust your instincts. Be alert and show confidence in who you are. It's vital to know your stuff. Be enthusiastic and remember that you're just as valuable as they are. You might even possess an insight or a product that they don't. But keep in mind, if this person has achieved success, they also have a strong personality. Make sure the interaction is balanced. Don't belittle them, and don't let them diminish you either. Building rapport is essential. If you can foster a mutual liking, you'll pave the way for success. The magic happens when you collaborate. This brings to mind the esprit de corps we learned in the Army, which emphasized camaraderie and unity. This spirit is what drove the American forces to greatness, and it's this same energy that can propel you forward in sales. If you embrace it as intended, you'll find yourself unbeatable. The world opens up when you align with others and engage them positively. Fear can hold you back, but once you conquer it, plenty of opportunities come your way. Sure, losing some cash here and there is manageable, but losing your drive, passion, and hope, that's the real setback. Take inspiration from the likes of Herbert and Carson, who have paved the way for many. Follow their steps, and you'll discover doors opening that you never knew existed. Instead of getting lost in theoretical insights, focus on progress. It'll become evident how to achieve your goals, as the same rules and techniques apply across various fields. The key to reaching your objectives lies in your level of expertise and your determination. So read widely, learn constantly, and practice diligently. Remember, Tapping into your subconscious requires your conscious mind to be open to those ideas. We all know the conscious mind is responsible for thinking and feeling, so let it work hand in hand with your deeper insights. The subconscious mind often operates in the background, sending thoughts to our conscious awareness. You might have heard phrases like, trust your gut, or play your hunches. So what exactly are these hunches, and where do they come from? They emerge from the way our minds work when we allow them to settle quietly. To get your mind into a state where it can receive these insights, relaxation is key. Think about a time you received a massage. Your therapist probably encouraged you to let go and relax your body completely. If it's tough at first, try focusing on your arms, then your legs, and keep going until every part of you is at ease. Once your body is relaxed, your mind will find its own calm space. Then, you'll be better positioned to focus on what you truly want. After achieving that state of relaxation, these hunches and intuitions can pop up more readily. When that little voice inside you nudges you to take action, don't hesitate. Follow that instinct. Instead of overthinking or reasoning your way out of it, just act on what feels right in the moment. This practice is consistent with what psychologists, mystics, and many who study meditation describe. It's all about being at peace, entering that silence, which is often referred to as a deep meditative state. As you continue down this path, you may discover that many of your worries begin to dissipate. Now let's consider the power of meditation. Imagine a journey where every worry slowly melts away, illuminating the path ahead. It's remarkable how, through meditation, clarity emerges. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He once shared that while he would start with what he already knew, many of his inventions came to him as unexpected ideas that seemed to pop into his head. There's a documented instance from October 21st, 1931, where Edison faced a challenge. As he began to feel stuck, two of his assistants, Fred and Charles, continued to tirelessly work on a solution. Then, out of nowhere, an idea hit them. It just shows how, in moments of perseverance and focus, that little voice can guide us. If you find yourself needing something, whether it's help from someone else or clarification on what you desire, don't shy away from asking. Remember, the other person can't assist you unless they know what you need. By embracing these ideas and practicing relaxation and meditation, you too can tune into that voice, just as Edison did, leading you toward insights and solutions that may surprise you. In today's world, many of us can feel overwhelmed, unsure of our place, or stuck in a rut. Think of Claudius, a character who, feeling thin and hungry, reminded Brutus of the immense power wielded by the Roman emperor. It's easy to point fingers when things go wrong, but remember, as Shakespeare famously wrote, "The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves." This quote tells us that we often have the power to shape our own fate. If you find yourself shy, stuck, or simply going with the flow without any real intent, it's time to take a good look in the mirror. Yes, it's tempting to blame external circumstances or other people for our struggles, but true change starts from within. When setting out to improve ourselves, we might encounter scoffers, those who doubt or criticize our ambitions. They might label you as cocky or selfish, but don't let their negative views deter you. Instead, focus on those who truly understand you. These are the supportive friends or mentors who will recognize your potential and encourage your growth. They will look to you for inspiration, wanting to learn what drives you. Remember what George Jean Nathan, a well-known American reviewer, once expressed. He had never met a truly successful person who didn't prioritize his own needs and ambitions. But it's essential to clarify what this means. Being self-focused doesn't mean being selfish. Rather, it is about recognizing that you can't help others if you're struggling yourself. When you find your footing and achieve your goals, you naturally want to lift others up along the way. It's about the simple concept of reciprocity. When you extend kindness, even small gestures like sharing crumbs, you create a ripple effect. When someone benefits from your support, they're more likely to lend a helping hand when you need it. It's just how human connections work. Also, let's not forget the law of attraction. Like attracts like. If you put in the hard work, opportunities for reward often follow. The more effort you dedicate to your passions, the more likely it is you'll see positive outcomes. Ultimately, you are the architect of your own destiny. Your mindset shapes your actions, and what you think about yourself is paramount. The stronger your belief in your capabilities, the closer you'll get to your goals. This little guide provides tools that can make a difference, but only if you engage with it fully. Revisit these concepts until they truly resonate with you. Master the strategies laid out and pursue them with determination. The principles that have always held true can work for you too, if you commit to them wholeheartedly. Incorporating this plan into your daily routine can make things a whole lot smoother for you. When you treat these steps as just another part of your day, everything will fall into place much more easily. For example, think of it like brushing your teeth. It's something you do automatically every morning and night, right? Once you make this plan a habit, it'll feel just as natural. So take a moment to visualize how these changes can fit seamlessly into your life, and you'll see that achieving your goals isn't as daunting as it may seem.